We are continuing to talk about the new year and getting everything you can out of all that you've already got, to paraphrase Jay Abraham, whom I know several of you are familiar with. Reframing is where you take an existing concept or an idea or a state of being or a belief and you break it and remake it. Often it's taking something that is thought of as a negative and turning it into a positive that uplifts, inspires, and motivates, and that drives you, where previously you had felt stuck in the mud, miserable. An example of a reframing technique comes from this book right here, my first solo authored nonfiction book. It won 4 awards in 2023 and 2024. It's called So Good They Call You a Fake. It is my magnum opus as a ghostwriter, and everything I've learned from the various categories I've written books in: commercial bestsellers and empowering otherwise obscure individuals to become the household names of their industry, to experience fame and fortune. Originally, I was going to call it 12 Years a Ghostwriter. No, I wasn't. The great insight that I teach, first of all, the usual frame, to borrow the Scott Adams, one moment, Reframe Your Brain. This is a book that I did with Scott Adams. Fantastic. It's called The User Interface for Happiness and Success. So this is the Bible of reframing techniques, by the way. I recommend that you get it. I will make money if you do. No. I will be successful and more successful. All right. Reframing techniques. Most people are afraid of getting canceled. The usual frame of self-promotion is, what are people going to think? What are people going to say? What if I get bad reviews? What if? It's all the negativity that keeps people who are otherwise great at what they do, because they're so sensitive to negative feedback, because they're so good at it, they don't want to be criticized because they know they're good at what they do. The sensitivity around this. That's the usual frame. My reframe for you: haters are your most valuable marketers. People hear that, they read that, they love it. So Good They Call You Fake, available on Amazon. What I want to do is I want you to use a reframing technique to make custom reframes for yourself going into this year, so that new opportunities can be unlocked and old ones that no longer serve you can be locked up and disposed of forever. So take something that is frustrating to you. So maybe like, I'm still 30 pounds overweight. Maybe that's a thought that you have. I haven't been able to. So these are your usual frames. I still haven't been able to. I've been trying to do this. I haven't done this yet. The things that are goals or objectives or desires that are unmet. I'm still single. Still don't have a girlfriend. My husband still hasn't done whatever you want your husband to do. They still hasn't done. Okay, take these things. Now ask yourself, what if that was a good thing? What would the story you tell yourself be? That's the custom reframing technique. What if this was a good thing? What would the story I tell myself be? So let's say the usual frame is, I'm still 30 pounds overweight. I haven't found a technique. I haven't done this. I haven't found a way yet, right? You might be thinking about Thomas Edison's famous, I didn't find the way to make a light bulb. I found 1,000 ways not to make a light bulb that worked. Something like that, right? That's the, what if this was a good thing? And what's the story that I would tell myself? You can do the same. And I do indeed recommend that you do the same. And you certainly can. And this is how you would do it. So I'm 30 pounds overweight. Well, a few different options. What if that was a good thing? Well, if that was a good thing, what would the story I tell myself be? It's hard, isn't it? It's hard. Well, one thing that you could tell yourself is that this is the right time and the right place to set the example for those I care about. I have just reached the stage in my life where I need to do this publicly. So maybe as part of this reframe, You're in a position with maybe there's a love interest that you have, maybe the birth of your first child, maybe a business that you've just started, maybe you're going to try to build a platform online. What you need is a new reason, an excuse, a justification. And that's the story that you can tell yourself. Maybe you want to get a better job or promotion. Maybe you realize that for attractive people, everything is easier. And you realize it's a time and season for you to become more attractive. And suddenly you have all the motivation that you need. See how it works? So the usual frame is, I still haven't found a way to do this. So now the new frame is, attractive people live on easy mode. I'm now starting something and I'm deciding to do it on easy mode. Whether that's dating or that's entrepreneurship or building a personal brand or whatever the case may be. So there you go. Reframing tip. Try it. Let me know how it works in the comments below.